I hope the internet is not lagging. I had to I had to end the previous live so that we can so that I can catch up with some setup. I needed to try the mic on because the background noise was just too much. The background noise was just too much, and I needed to do something about it. I have a Holy Land microphone here that's I needed to try if it will work so perfectly, and I believe it's working now. And then to try if it will. So if you are just connecting, let me know where you're connecting from, and let me know if you can hear me clearly, please. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. So back to the conversation we were having. In this live today, I want us to talk about how to stay relevant on social media platforms. How to stay relevant on social media platforms. If you are just joining the OBICHIS, I think it will be appreciated that you subscribe to our channel. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Welcome to the OBICHI'sTV. For those of you that are connecting for the first time, like I have constantly repeated, I want you to understand that your subscription is important to us. Your comments, they are like fuel that, drives our content. Your comment, your like, your sharing, these are like fuel that helps our content to reach a global audience. So do us a favor by subscribing, liking our videos, commenting on them, and sharing them when they resonate with you. Okay, thank you for doing all of that. So going straight to the conversation of the day, I took some notes as usual. We need to understand that there are certain factors that keeps us relevant on social media platforms. There are certain things we need to understand. There are things we need to understand, things we need to, be conversant with for us to stay relevant on social media platforms. Most especially YouTube. For example, I'm live on YouTube, so most of these conversations I'm going to have today will be centered on YouTube platform. But then you can also apply it in other platforms. So without wasting much of our time, we'll go straight into the conversation. I was using all those lines to, see how many people that can come on board before we go straight into the conversation. But without wasting their time, we'll go into the conversation. I believe that it is going to be an interactive section that whenever anybody joins, they can be able to catch up with what we are discussing. I hope it can be made this interactive. And also, while we are in this conversation and you have any question to ask, you can leave it on the chat box. You can leave it on the comment section so that I can attend to it. I am actually watching myself also from the PC so that I can know when anybody leaves a comment. This is so I can know when anybody leaves a comment and I can be able to catch up with it. Okay? So guys, that's about that. So today, how to stay relevant on social media platforms. In the first place, why even coming to social media platform? I believe that each and every one of us has a value to offer. I believe that each and every one of us has something of value to present to a global audience because each and every one of us are here with a purpose that is wired in the manner that it's supposed to serve the 8 billion of us on this planet Earth. Whatever unique purpose of yours, whatever unique gift of yours you have is designed for the 8 billion people on planet Earth. Your gift is not your gift is what will make way for you, and you must understand that your gift is for a global audience, or is for a global consumption, not for just your family or your community. Whatever that is your gift, whatever that is your purpose, is for a global, consumption. You must understand that in the first place. So if you're asking the question, why social media platform, for example, if you have been able to tap into your purpose, honed your purpose, and productivized it, I think it is important you consider the social network platforms as an avenue to put out this your product, to put out this your content, to put out your creativity in the manner that it should be able to serve a global audience. So if you are joining for the first time, please do well to subscribe. Welcome to the OBICHI'sTV. I can see that someone is joining. Please, if you are joining for the first time, do well to subscribe and tell us where you are connecting from. I can see Alessandra Fremia, welcome to the OBICHIS. I do appreciate the fact that you are joining this live. Please do stay, and do leave a comment. If you have any question in this conversation, please do well to leave it on the chat box. It is an interactive section. I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not here to lecture anyone. It is a conversation that I want to have with you guys. Now, this is a conversation on how to stay relevant on social media platforms. Now, I have also made it known that we are going to center this conversation on YouTube the most, right? But you can apply whatever you learn here on any other platform. First of all, do not wait to be perfect. Do not wait to be a master of your craft before you bring whatever you have to offer on a social media platform. This will help you to stay relevant on social media platforms. Do not wait to be a master of your craft before you come on board. Do not wait to be a master of your craft. Grow with your community, grow with your audience. People connect to things that are real. People connect to the process of making things, right? You need to start from where you are as we speak. If you are someone who has been nursing the idea of starting a YouTube channel, starting a Facebook page, or making posts on Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, or any of these platforms, if you have been nursing that idea that it will do you a greater good to put up your creativity in these platforms, do not wait to be perfect. Do not wait for perfection. Start right away. Like, if you really want to stay relevant, start right away, so that you can put out your inadequacies and insufficiencies out there. Why do you have to do that? Because people want to understand that they are not the only one that are insufficient and inadequate. We don't have to make people feel as though they are inadequate or they are insufficient. No. When you start where you are, which is a place of process, a place of becoming, because there is this line by Jordan B. Peterson that he says something like this: there is a becoming that is implicit in our being. There is a becoming that is implicit in our being. Now, when you make people understand that, yes, there is a process to growth. I mean, people do not just come out, to the general public perfect. Like, there is a process to that, perfection or mastery. There is a process to mastery. I've also said this, that some persons are of the school of thought that practice makes perfect, while myself, I'm of the school of thought that practice makes mastery. Practice doesn't make perfect, because we cannot be perfect. There is no way we can expect perfection in anything we are doing, but we can actually become masters of our craft. So you must start where you are. You must start with what you have. When I say you do not have to wait to be perfect, it incorporates a lot of things. Now, number one, it has to do with the gadgets that you are likely going to be using to put up your creativity on social media platforms. Some persons might be waiting for the right camera, the right phones, the right gadgets, the right background, and the rest of all of this. You don't have to do all of that for you to be relevant on social media platforms. you can use what you have at this point in time to start putting out whatever creativity, whatever gifts that you have been able to hone, you have been able to make contact with. You can start like now. Do you get my point? So you don't have to wait to get all those gadgets together. Pay attention to these guys. I'm going to be using myself as a practical illustration. 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, I made contact with someone like Myron Golding. Myron Golding is a YouTuber. He used to be a travel evangelist, but became a YouTuber, a full-time YouTuber with operating from his studio. When I made contact with him 2.5 years ago, he said something to my, he spoke into my consciousness. He said, if whatever you're doing right now, you should put it out there. You should put it out there. Now, at this point, I had iPhone 8 Plus. I had iPhone 8 Plus. I didn't have a tripod stand. I didn't have a background. I didn't have a ring light. I didn't have any of those things. But after listening to him, you know what, guys, I put up my phone on a chair in front of me and I started recording without ring light. It was just by reason of that starting that I am still here today. Now I'm recording this video with an iPhone 17 Pro Max and I'm watching myself with a MacBook Pro. Think about that, guys. It's a journey, is a journey, is a journey. Now, for you to stay relevant in the internet, you must accept where you are, make peace with where you are now and start from where you are. That is important. Do not wait to be perfect. Now, speaking of do not wait to be perfect, that I have directed in the manner of gadgets and all of that, the background and all those setup. Pay attention to this. There is another side of do not wait to be a master of your craft, which is when it comes to what you have to offer. Let's assume you are someone who wants to teach, who has important information that you may have made contact with. You have an idea that you have made contact with that you believe is working in your hand, because first of all you need to test every of these ideas that you have to make contact, that you make contact. You have to test it with yourself first or people around you to be sure that yeah, it is potent, it is working, it is viable. When you're able to test them out with yourself or people around you and see that it is actually potent, it's viable, then you can project it. Now, you do not have to wait until those ideas has been so perfected in your hand. In as much as you are getting these ideas from people who are already running with it and it's working in their hand, and when you make contact with it, like it resonated with you, there is every evidence that this idea is potent and you really want to communicate, you want to teach it to a global audience. I mean, there are 8 billion people out there in the world, and when we speak of 8 billion times 2, that's like 16 billion ears waiting and itchy to hear what you have to offer, right? So you've got to start immediately. You start talking about this, because while you start having this conversation, then you are definitely going to be exposed to researching more and getting more quality information in regards to these that you are putting out. Do you get my point now? So you don't have to wait to be perfect before you project this. Now, while I say this, you also need to understand something. There are people out there who, to some reasonable degree, didn't quite understand or know how the social media platforms work. So because of such reasons, they didn't start projecting whatever they are doing when they started the process. So they only projected it when they have become perfect. For example, someone like CR7 Ronaldo that joined YouTube, I think earlier this year or late last year. The moment he joined, he went viral automatically. Now, pay attention to this. That's a different scenario. That's a completely different case altogether. But if you are someone who has made contact with something meaningful that you believe it is of value, that you can project it to a global audience, why don't you start immediately? Start immediately. Now, one other thing that you need to do to stay relevant on social media platforms, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, like we speak. One other thing that is important that you do to stay relevant is to avoid comparison with other channels. avoid comparing your page, your channel, your platform with other grown channels. Someone said hello. Paul Francis, how are you doing? Welcome to this live. If you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe while in this conversation, while in this interaction. If you have any question, please leave it on the comment section. I will attend to it. I promise I will attend to it. Okay, guys, we are speaking on how to remain relevant or how to stay relevant on social media platforms, anchoring this conversation on YouTube platform. Okay, so I made the next point, the second point, which is avoid comparison with other channels. You do not want to compare yourself with other channels. Now, one of the first things I did when I started earlier in this YouTube journey, mind you, this is not the only YouTube channel that I have. I have a different YouTube channel that has accumulated up to 190 plus subscribers and, you know, doing super fantastic. So one thing I did those days was, when I see a channel that is doing super great, I have to go. I made out the time then. I have to scroll this channel. I'll scroll it to the first video the person uploaded in the channel. I want to know how many years they have committed in putting out content in the internet. Some of these channels, I have to study their upload. I have to study how steady they have been in this in their uploads. You know, I have to study it. And hold on a bit, guys. I want to read something. Someone wrote a comment. Damon Avila said, I don't get how videos I've seen when looking are completely AI and repeats have tons of people. Why people who talk and try get a few people? Okay. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. It's YouTube algorithm, and I believe that with time it will favor those that are actually putting in the work. Yeah. Okay, welcome to this live section, and please do well to subscribe to my channel. If you are joining for the first time, do like our videos, comment on our videos. Thank you for this comment you left here. It is super appreciated. I do not take it for granted, because your comment is like a fuel that drives our content to a global audience. I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So going back to the conversation, I said something that those days of my starting, I often check out those channels that are doing super fantastic. I have to go scroll them, check their first upload, how many views they had, and the continuity, the consistency, and all of that. I needed to look up all of those things to know, you know, the quality of work they have put in. And most of these channels you will see is 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 11 years in the journey. Think about that, guys. And maybe that time, that was just the first year I started. I'm like, okay, I had to, like, you know, calm myself down and understand that there is a process here, and I have to follow the law of process. Okay. Now, one other thing that is important that we need to understand to stay relevant on YouTube platform, on any other social network platform, is this. These channels, these platforms are transgenerational, right? I mean, they transcend generations. And for that reason, it's not something that we need to be in a hurry to, you know, build. Anything of value takes time, guys. Anything of value takes time. I've repeated it, and I will keep repeating it. Anything of value takes time. Okay, so let's work on that. You see, some of those channels that stood as a metric to measure my growth were owned by people who are not even who are not living, who are not alive. For example, what's the title of this channel? Monroe Global is a channel owned by Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory, who passed away a decade plus ago that he passed. But that channel has 1 million subscribers, 1 million plus subscribers, still active and paying the family and paying the children, and, you know, making a whole lot of fortune for the children, and it will still continue to the grandchildren. Do you understand? So building a social network platform is like building an industry. It's like building something that will something that will outlive you. It's like building a legacy. You don't have to be in a hurry to build something of meaning. You don't have to be in a hurry to build something of value. You don't have to be in a hurry to do all of that. No, you must obey the law of process. It takes time to build anything of meaning, right? So you must avoid that shortcut of thinking of, going viral the first week or second week that you became a YouTuber or a Facebooker or whatever you might call it, which has landed us to the third point now. Avoid that spirit of chasing virality. Avoid that. When your content goes viral, it has gone viral. And if you have not uploaded a video that went viral, hold on, guys. You will upload a video that will go viral in due time. If your videos are sponsored going viral, they will go viral. That is what you want, right? It will in due time. So you keep gaining mastery of your craft, improving in your gadgets slowly, gradually, improving both in your craft, in the quality of content you're putting out, the community growing with you, understanding your vision, understanding your passion, understanding, everything that has to do with you. That's how it works. It is not something that happens on a twinkling of an eye. No. Now, you also must, for you to stay relevant on the internet, you must understand that growing a platform that is of meaning is not for immediate gratification. You must understand the concept of delayed gratification. It's something that the returns happens with time. You see, there is no such thing as fast money making scheme out there. Anything of value takes time. This is why some persons fall victim of scam, right? This is why a lot of people fall victim of scam, right? If you want to build something of meaning, you need that concept of understanding the law of process. You must understand the law of process. You must. Okay, let me give you guys a practical illustration. If building a social network platform is not relevant, if it is not important, if it is not generational, if it is not meaningful, someone like Dr. David Oyedepo of Winners Chapel Living Faith Church will not celebrate 1 million subscriber plaque. Because YouTube, for example, when you hit a particular threshold, let's say 100,000 subscribers, YouTube gives you 100,000 subscriber plaque. I think it's the silver plaque. If you hit 500 subscribers, if they give you 500,000 subscribers, you will receive a plaque for 500,000 subscribers. You hit 1 million, you get the plaque for 1 million. So guys, think about this. If someone in that position of religious hierarchy, who is highly esteemed and super wealthy, is going to celebrate 1 million subscriber plaque on his social media platform, you can check it out on his Instagram, Bishop David Oyedepo Ministry. You can check it out there. Scroll down there, you will see where he celebrated that. If someone of that capacity will celebrate a milestone like that, you will understand how important it is for you to build a social network platform, how important it is for you to build your channel and be patient with the process. You have to be patient with the process. Most of these channels, like I have said earlier, if you go and scroll them to understand where they started from, you will know that they have spent years in building these platforms that most of us start and want to go viral the same week, the same day. Now, another thing that is very, very important that you and I must do to stay relevant on the internet, on any social media platform, is this: pay rapt attention to this. Pay rapt attention to this. If you must stay relevant on social media platforms, you need to avoid certain shortcuts projected by creators. Creators whose idea is not to help you, but whose idea is for you to watch their content and give them views. Yes, a lot of us are victims of it. It happens to the best of us because, I mean, when you start a journey, when you start creating a content and somehow you want to grow, you want to hit virality, you want to understand all the shortcuts to get high views and high number of likes and the rest of it, you want to get monetized the same day, like all of it. Some persons are telling you they got monetized in 7 days, they got monetized in 1 week, they got 4,000 watch hour overnight and the rest of it. You need to stay away from this type of creators. You must stay away from them. Yes, you must stay away from them. I am being serious about it. These are not the kind of things you need to hear as a beginner, as a small creator. You must stay away from these type of people. Now, what they are doing, in essence, is not to guide you. Now, I mean, this type of people that will tell you, turn this off to get so number of views, move from 1K view to 100K view, which in most cases, if you check the video that are giving you videos that they recorded for such advice, those videos don't even have up to the number of views or likes they are preaching about. Do you understand it now? So you must stay away from these people. One thing that is paramount, one thing that you must welcome and accept and know that it is part of the journey is consistency. Consistency. That is the major thing, consistency. Because, I mean, you didn't offend the algorithm. You didn't offend Zuckerberg, neither did you offend the owner of YouTube. I've forgotten his name. You didn't offend any of them, like you didn't, right? You didn't offend algorithm. Is computer language, is zeros and one. You didn't offend it. Do the right thing, you get the right result. So you stay consistent, keep improving in the quality of your content, and with time, whatever you are projecting will begin to gain visibility. It will begin to gain audience. It is a gradual process. It is a gradual process. So pay attention to that. Stay away from those guys that will continue to tell you to turn this off, turn this on. This is what you did to gain this. It is a process. It is a process. It is a process. These guys are majorly telling you to watch their videos, and you watching their video is them hitting a particular threshold they are pursuing for their own selfish interest, not entirely to help you. So you pay attention to that and stay away from it. Now, another thing is, if you cannot avoid grown creators, please, if you cannot avoid grown creators, learn from them. When I say learn from them, learn from their years of experience. Learn from their years of experience. Now, why I mean that you should avoid is that some persons try to go into a place of comparison, right? You want to go into a place of comparison. You compare yourself with an already grown creator. No, that it doesn't work like that. If you are just joining, please subscribe to the OBICHIS, like our video, comment on our video. Please share them when they resonate with you. It is those activities that are helping us. Those activities are like fuel that drives our content to a global audience, right? It is 8 billion people out there, and a reasonable number of people are with their gadgets by the day, right? So imagine that you are able to, help us push it across. Achieving a reasonable milestone becomes possible, right? It becomes possible for us. So I will say all of that. Is there any other thing? I took a note that I'm using to keep track of this conversation. Okay, I think I've mentioned that we should avoid chasing virality. it is important we take note of that. Avoid chasing virality. You don't want to go viral when you have not built a structure. You don't want to go viral when you have not built a reasonable platform that can sustain the audience that has come to you. Virality is possible for a new creator. It is possible for a new creator, but you do not want to, buy a car that will outrun you, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, as much as virality is beautiful, wonderful, and helps, it is also important you do not chase it. You do not chase it. When it happens, it happens. Now, another important thing that will help you to stay relevant and on social media platforms is this. You need to read more books. Yes, this will be the last point I will drop today. You need to read more books. If you are going to be a creator, if you are going to be a digital creator, if you are going to be putting out value out there, there is need you continue to recalibrate your mind. There is need you continue to update yourself with the best quality information out there. There is need you continue to stand on the shoulders of those that has gone ahead of you. There is need you continue to renew, you continue to rebrand, you continue to, make contact with the best quality information in the marketplace. What is the easiest way to do that? Reading books. It can be audio books. And also, you need to be someone who can take long podcasts. You need to be. Okay, sorry for that interruption. Someone is calling me on a WhatsApp call, and I'm actually using my phone to stay on this live. I hope the person doesn't return the call for now until we are done. Okay, we're good to go. So guys, if you are joining for the first time, like I have said earlier, please subscribe to this channel. We have promised to bring to you guys the best quality contents. We have promised that we will stay consistent, and our informations are going to help a lot of us here to pursue a life of meaning, a life of purpose. Our content are going to help each and every one that will make contact with it to live an intentional life. The idea is to, build a wonderful community where we'll be, living a purpose-driven life where we can actually, pursue meaning and also enjoy the adventure, of that pursuit, right? I say this very often, that we are not pursuing happiness. To chase happiness is not a pursuit. There's no such thing as a pursuit of happiness. No such thing as that. The idea is to pursue meaning. The idea is to, tilt towards a meaningful lifestyle. Now, while in pursuit of meaning, it is an adventure that comes with happiness. Sometimes happiness is a feeling, right? It's a feeling, and feelings are transient. They are fleeting and frail. They are not steady. So when we pursue happiness, it's like we are pursuing something that is not real, that is not, steady. So that is not a pursuit here. The pursuit is meaning, but while we pursue it, happiness can come along and we will enjoy it. Life comes with its up and downs, right? So we have to pursue meaning, and for us to pursue meaning, automatically it means it necessitates that we tap into our essence, our identity, our purpose, the reason for our existence, why we are here. I think it is Friedrich Nietzsche that says something like, if you can, I said, something like, I might not get the right wordings. So something, if you can know the why, you can bear anyhow.